Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are, as soon as I remember to, there we go, okay. Should be good to go. I don't know why my Discord thing is not working, I'm not sure why. That's okay. Oh, there we go, okay. Alright, well, welcome in, everybody. I'll get a, prediction started here. Alright, so, the match today should be pretty fun. This is our second to last match of the tournament. Originally, we had a losers semifinals match scheduled between Moonrise and Phantom. Unfortunately, Phantom was not able to make it at the scheduled time and just offered to forfeit after that because Phantom's got a lot going on in his life with college and stuff. So Moonrise moved on and we'll be playing Ghost today. Ghost was in the insane match between Cora and Ghost, and unfortunately, thank you to Room 99. Unfortunately, ended up losing that match, but does have an opportunity to redeem himself today. So we'll see if that happens. This is actually the second time Ghost and Moonrise have played in this tournament. They played once back in round 3, I believe, and Ghost won. But I truly do think this is anybody's match. Just because, I mean, Moonrise has improved so much throughout this entire tournament. Yeah, I'm excited for this match. This is, like I said, this is our second to last match. This is winner go home. The winner will move on to grand finals and play Cora. What's up, everybody? Hope you all are doing well. What's up, Ilja? What's up, Mario? What's up, Blue Delta? Excited to see peak SPM boss design. Yeah, with this category gets the 3 best boss fights in the game. It's awesome. think Ghost has about like a 4-second lead, but that is prologue. Both these runners have like a little over 2 minutes difference between their PBs. Ghost got a 5:39. Moonrise got a 5:46, so about like 7 seconds. If they get 7,000, yeah. Yeah, hopefully not. I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, we're pretty much we're down to our final 3 competitors in the tournament. And like I mentioned, the winner will move on to grand finals and play Korra. Korra. Yeah, Korra and Ghost played in winners finals, and it was like literally it was a 1-room difference between the entire like the entire match. And then Ghost got a last key on 99 and it lost by like 10 seconds or something like that. It was an insane match. Have you thrown the weave? Yeah, I wouldn't blame him, honestly. Alright, so there's finally gameplay happening. We're getting the 3D flip ability from Bestovius. This is pretty much going to make Mario like the main mostly used character of this run, just because flipping into 3D in the pit can be very useful, especially if you're trying to get to the bottom floor. The floors of the pit don't show up in 3D, they only show up in 2D, so you can easily get to the bottom, and there's some manip strats we can use with that. Obviously going to pick up the 3 items here. The Shroom Shake is just nice to have, 10 HP. Always good to pick up any heals you can. The Fire Burst will be used in Enter 2, and the Shell Shock will likely be used in Room 89. Ghost got a couple item drops there. Got a Honey Jar and a Leaf. Alright, so the 1-1 grind. Ghost did not get a... I think Ghost got a Slow Flower last run. Did not get it this time. Alright, nice. 30k. 31k. There we go. Alright, so 31 and 36. That's very good. Don't have to worry about soft locking or anything like that. Honestly, every runner has been doing a very good job with avoiding the soft locks all throughout this tournament. I've seen people get like 22k off the grind, 21k, and still able to get the level up before Room 19, which is pretty sick. It's cool to see. The 2 soft locks early on In room 19, there's a 20% chance that the key is in the Koopa Troll, and if you're not at 60k level, then you won't be able to kill it. Well, you won't be able to kill it with Boomer, but you could technically use a Koopa shell in the room. Room 25, however, is like it's one enemy, it's just a chain chomp. Same thing, you need to be at 60k, and that's like unavoidable. The max you can get from the grind, I'm sure technically you can get more if you do like stylish moves in the air by shaking the Wii Remote, but without it, I mean, the highest I've seen is like close to 40k. Like, I've seen 38, I think, before, 39. Moonrise got a ladder jump there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen that path so many times, I actually haven't seen the intended route in a very long time, where you, like, flip a bunch of times in the air. Alright. So it's about that time. Both runners... Pretty sure both runners gonna go for, Darkroom GBS. Ghost will get started here. Obviously, this is the big trick in 1-2. It skips having to get Thoreau and talking to a couple NPCs. The Darkroom movement you saw there from Ghost, that's to jump over the old townhouses. Unfortunately, Ghost did clip back in bounds. So Moonrise will get started here. Pretty sure, yeah, Moonrise is also going to go for Darkroom. Does get the movement, very nice. Ghost clip back in bounds again, unfortunately. I think, if you clip back in bounds, I think it just means you jumped like a frame early or frame late, something like that. Moonrise gets the 1 frame. First try, with a jump across the gap. Very nice. That's a really good GBS. Ghost clip back in bounds again, unfortunately. I can see if I'll... It depends. I mean, if Ghost is, you know, we'll see what happens with this match, but Ghost definitely won't commentate if he's playing, obviously, that makes sense. But I can see if I can get another commentator for Grand Finals. Alright, so Ghost does make it over. I didn't explain it, but basically we interact with the sign, just sort of nudge up against it to get the right position, and just holding up for a frame in the air. Just like Ghost did. Ghost and Moonrise got that first try. It's very nice. Ghost, unfortunately, had a tough time with the Darkroom movement, but this is still pretty much anybody's match. Moonrise is ahead, I'd say, by, like... I'd say probably, like, 30 seconds. Moonrise is going to go for the 3D jump. Very nice. Just taking damage. I think there's like a specific time that you flip into 3D after grabbing the enemy. And then it just lines up perfectly. You just jump at a certain time and land on that enemy. I believe it's faster by like a second or two. It's actually it might be more than that because technically the other method you'd have to you know, you flip back into 2D, you wait for the coconut or the rock, whatever it is. So it does save a good amount of time if you know how to do it consistently. This looks like a very good Chunks fight. Ghost will do the same thing, nice. Yeah, it's funny because like those projectiles that squigs shoot, they definitely like the texture looks like a coconut. I feel like nobody would deny that, but the game for whatever reason literally calls them rocks. I have no idea why. It's very good ICS there for Moonrise. Ghost having a good Chunks fight as well. Just using the stylish attacks with the Wii Remote. And then Blue Pedestal skip. There we go. Yeah, Moonrise is on a very nice run. I believe 57 seconds ahead right now. That was a 16:59.13. That was very good. Ghost's gonna go for ICS as well. Just jumping off the Churble at the height of its animation there. You can make it up to that door. And then Blue Pedestal skip, I didn't really explain it, but basically there's a small ledge on the right of this platform in 3D, and if you land on that and just continue to hold up, you'll keep your momentum and then be able to flip back to 2D under the star block, just like that. So that works. Pretty much about like a minute difference, I'd say. About like 51 seconds between the two. By using Thoreau there, like Moonrise did, before interacting with the lock, Thoreau won't go through the door during the animation. Gonna set up for key early here. We're gonna clip out of bounds, land back on the quicksand while still out of bounds, and just maneuver into this wall. And then we can jump up behind these brown blocks and get the key. That's just there. That skips having to go to the room up top there. This is a really solid Chapter 1 for Moonrise. Alright, Ghost got key early as well. The rest of 1-4 is pretty just self-explanatory. You sort of go through each room, solve whatever the puzzle is, and then leave. By using Thoreau on that blue switch, you can actually save a little bit of time on this animation because you're closer to the red switch that pops off out of the ground. So more of those, like, spiny thwomp things, whatever they're called. Spiny tromps, I think. More of those enemies will fall in the hole during that animation. Saves a tiny bit of time. Alright, so Moonrise is onto Fractale. Really the last main trick of Chapter 1 here is just the 3D flip strat on this fight. Yeah, it's about like a 50-second difference, I'd say. It was, their 1-3 split was about like 51. I have both of their splits up on my end, so I'll be able to tell what the difference is. Yeah, peak boss design, by the way. This is Fractale. You do nothing for 40 seconds. Basically, by flipping to 3D there, after the tail goes off screen or after the screen stops shaking, it's a pretty lenient cue, but you could set up the 3D meter to drain pretty much the exact time. You can just jump through his head here. So basically, once you're up here, you can actually fight the boss. These little frackles is what they're called. They spawn up here. We just have to hit the antenna 3 times per cycle. You'll see he's doing this spinning animation. Moonrise is going to set up at a specific spot to hopefully, there we go, jump on the antenna again. That saves a lot of time. Normally you have to wait for the frackles to spawn again, but this pretty much skips that. Nice. Very good fight. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Unfortunately, even after a frackle hits the antenna, they can still take out other frackles that are just standing by. So that's unfortunately what happened to Ghost, but was able to recover pretty well from that. Yeah, Moonrise plays on emulator. I think this is close to a 24 Chapter 1 for Moonrise. $24.59, there we go. That's a very good Chapter 1. 25:52 for Ghost, so it's still about the same amount of time. I think like 52 seconds. Alright, so now starts the best segment in this run. Enter 2 is just a lot of different cutscenes. The main thing that happens here is we get our second character of the run. We get Peach. Peach will be used maybe like twice in the run. Yeah, Gary No is the chapter 3 intermission, the next one. Also, if you haven't already, there is still time to get in the prediction. I think there's like a couple minutes left. Yo, what up, Castle? How do I by sports betting? Alright, so instead of following Merlin, so this is pretty much the main thing we're doing here, deviating from the route. We're just going to cook the fireburst that we picked up in Bestovius' house, and that will make it a spicy soup, which in turn wakes up Peach. We're almost at the pit. We're about, I'd say, like 10 minutes out from the pit. Something like that. We're gonna have to go into Chapter 1, at least 2-1, the first level, and get Boomer, the second pixel of the game. Boomer's a very important pixel for the pit. You could technically do the pit without Boomer, but for this category, you have to get Boomer. This is like our classic version of pit percent.
Oh. Yeah.
Prediction is about to close. Alright, so now that we wake up Peach, Peach will pretty much be the second character that we get in this run. We're only going to get Mario and Peach. I mentioned it earlier, Peach has like maybe 2, maybe 3 uses throughout the entire run. But Boomer is definitely going to be used a lot all throughout the pit. There's multiple enemies pretty much throughout the entirety of the pit. There's just certain enemies that we can only defeat using Boomer. I'll try to point them out as we go on, but very, very important pixel to have. And throw will be used a little bit as well. There's a couple throw strats. So we immediately switch back to Mario, because we need to be in 3D and open this gate here. Alright, and we can skip this portion here just by grabbing one of these enemies, throwing it into that little ledge there. We can just jump up to the Pure Heart Pillar. You're technically meant to use Peach and float across all those blocks, but we can skip having to do that. Alright, so into 2-1, we're not gonna... We don't have to complete this level or anything, we just have to go far enough to get Boomer. In any percent, we technically skip Boomer, using the Shell Shock that we picked up. You could technically do that. I believe it's like 1 second slower. I think it's been timed. Like, going down, getting Boomer, using the return pipe, compared to just doing Boomer skip, but I think it's 1 second slower, and the main thing is that we're going to be using the Shell Shock in room 89, likely, so it's a very nice item to have in that room. Moonrise setting up for this strat, you can intentionally jump in that water there, and that allows the Paracupa to float down a little bit. You take damage again on that ledge there. Moonrise got Paraguma jump there. Pretty much just by timing your jumps with the Paraguma, you can make it up to that ledge there. If you don't get it though, you can easily flip in 3D and make it up there. Alright, nice. Moonrise is pretty much at the 60k level up. We'll get it at some point. Probably, like, right at the start of the pit, if I had to guess. And Ghost is at, like, 57, almost 58, so both runners looking great on points. Don't have to worry about anything. Alright. So Moonrise got Boomer. Ghost starting the cutscene pretty much. It is a very long cutscene, unfortunately, but gonna use the return pipe, and off to the pit we go. Moonrise got a 3754. I'll see what Ghost gets. So we are pretty much off to the pit. Just one more strat that we have to do. Basically, you're going to see both runners place Boomer down and use throw to toss Boomer up on the ledge and hit the switch. Yeah, Ghost saved a good amount of time. That was a 38-28. That's like cut the lead down to like 40 seconds. Oh, sorry. My bad. Moonrise is going to go for a different strat. Trying to flip into 3D. Nice. And gonna not just hit the switch, but gonna clip out of bounds here, and there we go. Off to the pit. It's a really cool strat. Alright. So we're at the pit. And Ghost will be there momentarily. Basically, to explain the pit for anyone who hasn't seen it, Ghost will be doing the Boomer throw strat I talked about. Just like that. Basically, each time you enter a room in the pit, there's going to be a set number of enemies. Which types of enemies, they'll always be consistent per each room. But one of them randomly will have the key. It's always going to be random each time. Which one has the key? It's random. Any item drops you get are random. The entry and exit door locations are paired, but ultimately it's random what the game chooses, so basically each time you enter a room, based on where your entrance door is, you could tell where your exit door is going to be, if you, like, technically had them memorized, but there's, like, it's really difficult to do for these early rooms, because there's literally, like, 20, 30 pairs, like, it's ridiculous. But later in the pit, it gets easier, there's less pairs, so you can kind of tell which way the room's going to go. The room layouts are always going to be consistent, so however these blocks are formed out on the screen. And then I think the only other random thing is just enemy locations can be different. And then obviously, I mentioned the level ups early on. We don't have to worry about the 60k level up, but basically each level up you get is... it alternates between an attack buff and 5 extra HP. Each level up will refresh your HP fully, though, regardless, which is very nice. So the next one we're going to be looking for is 90k, which is a little ways away. Those Sproings, by splitting them in 3, I think Ghost and Moonrise did that there, but you can get a little bit extra points that way. just by splitting them up. Alright, so I'll do a quick room check. Ghost is just starting room 6, Moonrise is on room 8. About a 2-room difference between these two. It's a very good first key for Moonrise. Gonna be on to room 9. Fortunately, I think this was the last key for Ghost. Those poison Churbles, you'll notice both of them dropped items. Every poison enemy in this game will drop an item. Technically, you know, it won't drop an item if it drops the key, but that's... Regardless, every time you kill a poison enemy, you'll get, like, some sort of healing item. Most of the time, it's just going to be a dried shroom, so it's not too great, but it does cure poison, so that's nice to have when you're going to kill poison enemies. That was a really nice key there for Moonrise. I think Moonrise is on room 12. That's a very good key as well. Room 13 for Moonrise, and I think Ghost is going into 9 right now. Oh, Moonrise is going to jump on the lock. That's really cool. So, in 3D, you'll notice that lock actually has some geometry that you can land on. You have to put yourself to the far left of the room in 3D to be able to make it, but it's a really good strat there from Moonrise. Saves having to walk all the way around. You'll see that probably quite a bit, just because the room layouts can kind of troll you a little bit sometimes. Yeah, Moonrise's RNG so far has been very good. Like, multiple first keys. Ghost got a nice key there in that room. Those slurps, these things, Moonrise screen, you kind of have to, like, feed Boomer to them, so it takes a little longer to kill them. Usually in those rooms, you'll see both runners try to clear out the rest of the enemies before dealing with the slurps. Unfortunately, Ghost is getting a slurp key here, I think. Nice. It's a good key for Ghost. Moonrise is on 17. These Koopa shells, yeah, I think that one did despawn. If you kick a Koopa shell and it goes way too far off screen, it will despawn. The only shells that don't despawn are Buzzy Beetle shells, right there. Those blue little enemies. But basically, if a shell that you kick off screen had the key and it despawns, you have to clear out the entire room first, and the key will just spawn in front of the door. It can be really annoying to deal with sometimes. This is room 19, which I mentioned. Both runners are at the level up, but obviously you still don't want to get the Koopa Troll because it takes like 7 hits with Boomer. Okay, nice. Clutched up there. Yeah, so really good. Nice. Okay, I was able to get the key that way. Any enemies that have like a dotted line around them can flip into 3D alongside Mario. So if you do that, they'll all fall to the ground, and you can kind of use that to your advantage a little bit. It's a very good key for Moonrise in this room. Oh, yeah, the wall strat. Yeah, that's a really cool strat. basically if you flip inside that wall, you can jump up to the next level. Okay, so thankfully both runners did not get Koopa trolled. We don't have to worry about that for a little bit. I think there's one more Koopa troll room, which is 86, which that's like one of the worst rooms in the run. That's a really good key for Ghost there too. Both runners got very good key on 21. Usually 21's a room where if you get like a fire burst drop, that'd be a great room to use it. Just because there's so many spinies there. Ghost is honestly catching up a little bit. Ghost has been getting some good keys here, the first two rooms of the 20s. Moonrise is going into 25, Ghost is in 23. .25 is another potential soft lock room, but we don't have to worry about that. Ghost got a life shroom, I think, and we'll pick it up. That's very nice safety to have. If you have a life shroom, you can sort of play things really, really risky and not have to worry about dying accidentally. That's a really good first key as well for Ghost. Moonrise got a horsetail drop there. These enemies, it's Paragoombas and Daisies. Daisies are very annoying to deal with. Actually, both runners are in the same room. Ghost caught up quite a bit throughout the 20s. Still nobody has the key. I think Moonrise is getting like a last key here. The door will be in the top right. Yeah, it does get the key. Ghost can still save a good amount of time here. Oh, it was in the bottom right. I didn't even notice. Alright, there we go. So we're really only like a couple seconds apart now. Both runners going to be in the same room once again. Just a bunch of squiglets in this room. It's a good fire burst drop. Fortunately, Ghost will have to go to the other side of the room. Moonrise did get nice RNG. Saved a little bit of time there, but they're still going to be on the same room here. I think both those shells despawned. Alright, yeah, so as you can see there, the key pretty much spawned in front of the door. Fell to the ground there in 3D, so one of those Koopa shells that despawned had the key, but that worked out. That was fine. Alright, 29. 2 Jobuses. Okay, nice. Both runners get first key. Moonrise trying to get through. Oh my god, wait. Is this gonna work? It did work. Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen that. Moonrise clipping out of bounds again to get to this door. That's so sick. It's a really cool strat there. Down to 3 HP, but Moonrise is very close to the 90k level up, so just gonna wait for that. No, Ghost picked up the life shroom. I don't know if Moonrise has one, though. That... Okay, no. Unfortunately, gonna have to use the heal. Makes sense. Obviously, hate to do that before the level up, but... there is a very good chance of just getting another heal pretty soon, so... Yeah, both runners at 90k. Pretty much, like, identical points at this point. Ghost got a... I don't know if it was a last key in that room, but it was pretty close to it. So Moonrise is about, like, a room ahead now. Just go off of that. Oh, there we go. Moonrise got a 10 HP heal and the key. So there we go. Pretty much made up for using the Shroom Shake earlier. Still about a 1-room difference. Moonrise, that's a very good key for that room. Just trying to find the door. Ghost did a bit of a point grind there. There's certain instances where, just based on how the enemies are lined up... Wow, that was a crazy key for Moonrise. But yeah, sometimes, like, enemies will just be lined up in, like, a perfect spot to just grind off of them. Ninjas are extremely annoying. There's just like a 50-50 chance that if you jump on them, they'll just turn into a bomb and respawn, which is wonderful. These keys are actually insane. That's a very good key for this room. Those Magic Koopas are very irritating to deal with. Yeah, Moonrise is almost through 40 at this point. Oh, that's a wonderful drop for Ghost. Thunder Rage. Don't have to worry about 98 anymore. Ghost got a good key in that room, too. I think they're going to be on the same room briefly. Although Moonrise is leaving, yeah. Moonrise will be heading into 41 here. Ghost got a first key, saved a lot of time. Wow. Still really, really close. Both runners are going to be on 41 here. And this room is... Oh my goodness, what a key. Oh my god. Okay. Actually insane. I was just about to mention that the Clubba rooms are ridiculous. And just some of the hardest rooms to deal with. That's still a really good key for Ghost, too. Oh my goodness. I mean, the Clubba rooms can just take so long. That was another great key for Moonrise. I mean, this... This is crazy. Koopa Strikers, Moonrise, I believe, yeah, just gonna be about 1 room apart. .44 just has a bunch of squigs. Oh, and 1 Cursia. Bunch of squigs and a Cursia. Mooner's got a, almost like a last key there. Alright, nice. A block. I don't know if that'll be used or not, but could be interesting. I don't think there's... There might be a use for it somewhere, I'm sure. Maybe we'll see. Both runners on the same room, though. Just the Tyloid rooms in particular can take a long time if you get a last key. Just with the amount of enemies in this room, it just keeps getting worse, like, throughout, as the further you get into the pit, pretty much. Both runners still do not have the key. I think Moonrise, yeah. Moonrise pretty much got, like, a last key there. Ghost still doesn't have it either. Does now, okay. 46. Goombas and Paracoopas. Paratroopas, whatever you call them. Next level up will be at 120k, so Ghost is about 5k out, Moonrise about 10k out. Ghost set up a really nice kill here for these enemies. I think unfortunately Ghost got a last key here. Alright, another Clubba room. Moonrise in 48. This is Clubba and Magikoopas. 47 for Ghost here, so about a room behind still. These Magikoopas in particular can be really difficult to deal with, just because their projectiles will go off so easily, even if you kill them really quickly. And those projectiles do 3 damage. Ghost got the level up. Moonrise still about like 3,000 away, I'd say. But thankfully Moonrise is at a good good HP, so shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Alright, 49 for Moonrise. Bunch of squogs. Gonna be able to definitely get the level up, yeah. Ghost gonna be entering the same room. Moonrise does get the key and will be out. I think that door spawn for Ghosts. I think there's an opening up this way, so I think should be fine, yeah. There's certain rooms where the door can be placed in a spot where you have to walk like all the way around the room to get to it, which can be really unfortunate. This room that Moonrise is in, 51, you can kind of set up like almost like a point grind just by using the Buzzy Beetle. Again, that Buzzy Beetle won't despawn off screen, so you can just get some free points off of it. Ghost does get the key. Pigarithms for Moonrise. Gets the key as well. Door's in a good spot, too. Oh, Ghost is really hoping this guy has the key. It's unfortunate. So Ghost will have to take the pipe to get back up to that door there, which is really tough. So Spinya's here for Moonrise. Both runners in the same room again. Moonrise pretty much getting like a last key there, unfortunately. It's crazy. We've seen some insane first keys and also just last key RNG. It's crazy. Alright, another Clubba room here in the 50s. That's a very good key for this room. Anytime you get an early key in a Clubba room, it's very good. You want to get out of those rooms as fast as possible. So 54 here for Ghost, 55 for Moonrise. There's only 3 enemies in this room for 55. Oh, okay. That was a weird collision moment. Ghost got a honey jar, I believe. Also getting a last key here, almost. Which is unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Jeesh. First key for Moonrise, wow. Oh my goodness. So about like a tomb room difference now, I'd say. It's a really good key for Moonrise. Again, these 50s are going so well for Moonrise. This is a very nice split. Alright, this room, gonna be able to kill the Amazing Daisy right away. Which is great. Did get hit there, but absolutely gonna take that, not having to worry about the Amazing Daisy. Still gotta dodge all these projectiles. Be very annoying. Alright, nice. Doesn't get the key there. Ghost's gonna be out. I believe still about like a room difference between the two. I will check. Okay, 57 to 59, so a 2-room difference. Yeah, we love the Daisy theme. Big fan. Ooh, hot sauce. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a nice drop. That's like double attack for a very short bit, but that'll be used probably somewhere in the 80s if I had to guess. Oh, very good key for Ghost on that Daisy room. Saved a good amount of time. Moonrise going into 61. Oh my god. That was an insane kill. That was insane for Ghost. Alright, into 61 for Ghost. Moonrise does get the key. I believe still about 2 rooms apart. No, I'm wrong. Okay, they were in the same room there briefly. Alright, Moonrise get the 160k level up. Ghost about like 8,000 out from that. But they're going to be in the same room again. Alright, Moonrise does get the key. Ghost gets the key as well. Still going to be in the same room here. Another Clubba room. Clubba's Boomerang Bros. Just everywhere you go in these Clubba rooms, you're taking 3 damage no matter what. Ghost down to 4 HP. Gonna have to use something. Also does have the Life Shroom, so he can play it a little more riskier than usual if he wants. But he probably wants to keep the Life Shroom for later in the run. Alright, Moonrise just get the key there. Ghost gets the key as well. So he'll be out of here momentarily. Almost at the level up, about like 2,300 away. First key, that's a great first key in this room. Any Tyloid first keys are very nice to have. These rooms can take a while. Ghost gets a first key as well. Look at that. Just back to back. Yeah, actually insane RNG for both runners. It's really good. Okay. Moonrise gets the key here. This is a pretty easy room. Ghost gets the key as well. Still keeping like the exact same amount of distance, but we're still going to see both runners in the same room. 66 here. This is Skelebits and Ninjos. Moonrise accidentally goes through the pipe. I think that was like momentum based. I don't think Moonrise meant to do that at all. Does get the key though. Ghost trying to kill the Ninjos. Oh my god, these Ninjos. Dude, these enemies are terrible. Okay. Longators here for Moonrise. This enemy, or this room rather, can take a little bit. That's a good key for Moonrise. Ghost down to the final 2 enemies in this room, unfortunately. Moonrise actually advanced through the next room. This is a really terrible position to be in with these hammer bros. Ghost hoping to get some good RNG here with these elongators. Moonrise gets the key, will be out. Okay, nice. Does get the key there. Koopa Strikers again. If you get hit in this room, it's 5 damage, so it can be pretty dangerous. Ghost does get the key here. Catching up a little bit, because the Koopa Striker room can just take a little bit. Key's unfortunately on the ground for Moonrise, so we'll have to travel all the way back up. Ghost lost points. Somehow. I don't even know how that happened. Looks like this key is also on the floor for Ghost. Pretty much like the exact same scenario for both runners. Alright. So Moonrise into 71. Ghost traveling up to the door to get to 71 as well. Very good key for Moonrise in this room. Down to the final 30 floors for both runners. It's clearly still anybody's match. Another job is here. Oh, Thunder Rage. Phenomenal. Okay. So both runners are set for room 98, which is great. Don't have to worry about that at all. Ghost has gotten his, like, 4th honey jar this run, somehow. Moonrise might be going for Super Boomer here, we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be set up. Nice. Ghost gets the key. It's out. Moonrise is on 74. I believe Ghost is on 73. Still about a room apart. Ghost also going for Super Boomer. Gets it as well. Alright, Rough Puff room for Moonrise, 75. The projectiles will do 4 damage. The body, just a Rough Puff itself, will do 2. So if you take projectile damage a lot in this room, it can... Oh my... Dude, that was like actually Matrix. Dude, oh my god. That was insane. What a dodge. I think this is like a last key, unfortunately. Yeah. Ghost also having a rough key here. These enemies can just flip to 3D. They're very annoying to deal with. Yeah, that's 2 last keys for both runners there. 76, Ghost to go into 75. 76 is just a bunch of boomboxers. Moonrise got the 200k level up, which is really, really early to get that. That's great to have early on, especially for a couple Skelebit rooms coming up. If you're at 200k, you can just one-hit Skelebits with Boomer. That's very good to have. 77, this is more Magiblots. First key, oh my goodness. It's a great room. It's still gonna be about a room apart. Ghosts... Actually, no, sorry. Or, yeah, room apart. I can't tell what room is which. Alright, still gonna keep the same distance here. It's just been a room apart for the last couple of rooms here. Moonrise is gonna be able to one-hit all of these enemies with Boomer, which is nice. That's great. Moonrise is going to... Thought about, like, doing something there. You can maybe clip out of bounds, or... You can, if you flip to 3D and wait for the 3D meter to drain, you can also open the door that way. Just by jumping into the lock right when you take damage. Ghost just a little short of the 200k level up, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter, gets a first key, so that's really good. Moonrise on 81, Ghost will be on 81 shortly. Trying to get a Pigorhythm key, unable to get it. These Tyloids go very fast. Does get the key. That pig is on the pipe. Alright, Moonrise on 82. More Magiblots. This room can get crazy. Yeah, I think they're all on the left side, unfortunately. Oh, that's really good. Okay, that's a nice key. Moonrise got a catch card. Probably won't be using that if I had to guess. They're on the same room there briefly. Moonrise on 83, though. Alright, nice. Ghost got the key. Alright, they're going to be on the same room. Couple fuzzies. Couple cherbils. Moonrise gets the key. Ghost does get the key. Saves a little bit of time there, depending on where this door is. Alright, so 84 is a big one. This is a room where both these runners are looking for a Spinya key. These Schlurps, or Schlorps, whatever they're called, you have to hit them, or you have to feed Boomer to them twice to get the key. So unfortunately, Moonrise does have a Schlurp key. Ghost, I believe, has, yeah, 3 more Spinyas here. I mean, it's really, yeah, Ghost got the key first. I was about to say it's anybody's room at this point. And Ghost got the key first and will be out. Unfortunately, Moonrise got a last key here. This is really unfortunate. Gonna have to feed Boomer one more time. Won't be too far behind, thankfully. But heading into 85, Ghost has a little bit of an advantage. Got poison, but does have a dried shroom to get rid of it at some point. Yeah, just gonna get rid of it now. Moonrise got the key before Ghost did, so Moonrise is gonna be out of this room. Does have poison. I'm sure Moonrise can get rid of that. I think both runners have a good amount of heals at this point. Moonrise into 86. Gonna get rid of the poison. And does have a hot sauce. We'll see if it gets used. It will, okay. Yeah, this is what I figured. So with the hot sauce, you can just one-hit all these Koopa Trolls, which is so nice. Unfortunately, the hot sauce runs out very quickly compared to the Mighty Tonic. But still was able to clear out a good amount of those Koopa Trolls there. Normally, these Koopa Trolls take like 3 hits with Boomer, I think. Does get the key, so Moonrise will be out. Right before Ghost. Ghost, unfortunately, doesn't have a Mighty Tonic. Gets another Thunder Rage, which could technically be used here, but I think at this point, Ghost is just going to keep using Boomer, trying to find the key here. Moonrise one room ahead. Just trying to get through the 80s at this point. Ghost does get the key. Moonrise gets the key as well. Going to probably maintain about a room difference here. Moonrise is going into 88. Ghost going into 87. Moonrise got to deal with a bunch of ninjas. It's a nice key for Ghost. Ghost to be able to catch up a little bit here. You're going to be in the same room. The next level up is 250, but really once you get to room 89, if you have the Shell Shock, you can get a free level up. Moonrise gets the key. We'll be out into 89. 5 HP left, just looking to get the Shell Shock off. And Shell Shock will just wipe out all these enemies here. Yep, there's a level up. Ghost still fighting the ninjas. There's the key for Moonrise. Ghost going into 89. Trying to get up to the ledge. Yep, nice. There we go. Going to be able to use the Shell Shock as well. Moonrise going into 91. Ghost gets a level up as well. Moonrise is almost at 300. Ghost will be about 10k away. 300 is another attack level up. It's a pretty nice advantage for Moonrise to have. Especially going into 98. More ninjas, as you can see. Alright, yeah, it gets the 300k level up. Ghost gets the key in 91. Moonrise gets the 92 key. Gonna be in the same room momentarily. But Moonrise has still maintained this lead really for the last like 15 rooms or something like that. Or since 85, 86. Okay, nice. It's a good key for Moonrise. Ghost still trying to find this key, the ninja room. Moonrise in 94. Trying to clip out of bounds to get to this enemy. Very nicely done. Swap to Thoreau as well. Still trying to find the key. Ghost is going to be in the same room. Or no. Still about a room apart, I think. Yeah, Moonrise on 95. Ghost about to finish up 93. This room in particular, 95. There's so many skelebits. You can either get a really good key, or you'll be in here for a while. Ghost gets the 300 level up. Ghost gets the key. Moonrise gets the key as well, so still going to be about one room apart. Moonrise going into Twitch. Please don't do this. Not right now. Moonrise going into 96. And Ghost will be going into 95. Moonrise gets a first key. That's really good. Ghost is looking to get a really quick key in this room if possible. Moonrise through 97. Ghost does get the key. It's not over yet, depending on how 98 goes. Gonna use the Thunder Rage. Does get the key off of that. So, pretty much one room to go here for Moonrise. Ghost gets the 96 key. Gonna be heading into 97. Just a bunch of Magiblots. And there's the key. That looks to be it. Moonrise out. Heading into the Ragtail fight. Moonrise got last key on 97. Ghost is on 98. Oh, okay, that works. Didn't even have to use the Thunder Rage. Finishing up 99, gets a first key. We're gonna be out. So it's still not over yet. The Ractail fight is obviously the big thing right now. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the Fractail fight. You do take 10 damage, you know, if you get hit by one of the projectiles. And you have to hit the antenna 10 times. I think Moonrise has an extra fire burst that they can use. Which the fire burst will do 5 hits to the antenna right away. If I had to guess, I think both runners are going to be going for the Peach strat. Just floating across with Peach to the antenna. Just a couple more hits here. And I think Moonrise is staying as Mario, so... Oh my goodness. 10 damage. Yeah, I think Moonrise might be going for the 3D strat. Basically the same exact strat as the Fractail fight. Just lining up in the particular spot. There we go. Jump on the antenna. 10 more times. Ghost had the fire burst. Actually had 2 of them. Ghost gonna go for the Peach strat as well. So Moonrise pretty much just has to get this. And it looks like it'll be it. GG's. What a match. And Ghost, once again, for the second match in a row, Ghost is only gonna be like 15, 20 seconds behind. That's an awesome finish. Unfortunately missed the jump there for Peach. Grand Finals. Moonrise versus Korra. Alright. There it is. 125. That's actually a 125 flat on Moonrise's timer. So GG's. That was an awesome run. That had a really, really, really good beginning. Yeah, you won. You won, Moonrise. GG. Very good pre-pit. And then, I mean, that match was so close all throughout. It was just a consistent one-room difference for both runners. Huge GG's to Moonrise and Ghost. That was awesome. Ghost wrapping up with a 125.44. There we go. All right. Well, there we have it. Final 2 competitors of the tournament grand finals is set. Sometime soon we will have Moonrise versus Korra in grand finals. That should be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. Oh, I gotta pay out the prediction. Whoops. There we go. Seven seed to grand finals. Yeah, that was definitely the biggest upset of the tournament so far. But honestly, big shout out to Moonrise. I think I have the document somewhere where everybody's, like, before the tournament, everyone had to list their PBs so I could seed the bracket. And I can't remember how much your PBs improved, Moonrise, but it's been such an improvement from the start of this tournament. A 131, wow. 131 to a 123. That's like, that's awesome. That's so cool to see. Yeah, the seeding is pretty much just based on everybody's PBs. The last few, like the last couple people might be out of order. Like seeds 20 through 17, I think, hadn't had a PB at the time of signing up for the tournament. So, but other than that, everybody's seeded based on PBs. Yeah, I think that's one of the coolest things about the pit tournaments is just seeing how much everybody improves their PB throughout. It's definitely one of my favorite parts.